What's happening, Coachella Valley? This is Craig Campbell for CoachellaValley.com, and I'm with my co-host, Francoise Rhodes. You got to unmute yourself there somehow. Can you unmute Francoise for us, please?
Goodness. Hi, everybody.
Oh, there we go.
There it is. How are you?
I'm good. You're talking to me or talking to them?
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Francoise. So
it was kind of weird because you're sitting right next to me, but we have this beautiful backdrop behind us. I feel like I'm outside or something. Very cool.
It's incredible. So this is Craig Campbell from CoachellaValley.com, and we are streaming to you live from Palm Desert High School, the film and broadcast studio right behind us. You can see an amazing studio. And once again, I'm with my co-host, Francoise Rhodes from Traveling with Francoise. We're going to combine this together. We got a couple of guests for you. Of course, Rebecca Rizzo from the Chamber and the coach, Rich Gilgallon from Q102.3. We had an opportunity to be live there this morning with Rich and returning the favor. This show is all about what's happening in the Coachella Valley, and we're splitting it with travel news and information. So how cool is that? I'm just going to start with you, Francoise. What are you doing?
Well, I don't know. I think you should keep my mic unmuted all the time because I'm seeing a little muted sign. So, because whoever knows when I'm going to come in and talk. So, am I muted? Unmuted?
I don't. So just leave me
unmuted.
Oh, okay. you gotta unmute her because I can't hear her. I don't know if she's on or not. There we go. Finally.
I can't believe he mutes me. A person that's been yakking for 20 years on all this, and he mutes me.
I know how that goes. Hey, Daniel Perry, are you there?
I am here, and there was a reason for that muting because you are slapbacking on your audio. So I had to cancel that so you only get one source of audio, so we're not hearing her twice. That is why I had to do that. Yes, my apologies. I forgot to say that before we entered the lobby. So I just got to mute her microphone really quick so we don't hear a double of everybody. Is that okay?
Okay, that's
beautiful. So now we're hearing all you guys just once.
You know, it's amazing. We have all kinds.
Backing. What the heck is slap backing?
That is a special term for a delay. So basically, in the music world, it's called a slapback delay, which is you hear the sound immediately after the sound is made.
Well, okay. I think I'm not really sure if engineering is what the show's about, but we are going to probably come up with some streaming classes together for sure. I'm going to start right back with you, Francoise. What's going on? First of all, you are the executive director of the Chamber and the Convention Visitor Bureau down there in Borrego Springs, working hard all the time and running your Traveling with Francoise. And you're also on television here locally, I believe Fox 11.
Well, you're so kind, but we can always talk about that. I mean, there's so much going on. We have guests. It's just exciting to be here. I keep looking at Craig because Craig is sitting right next to me. So I keep, there he is over there. Yeah. So it's hard for me not to want to look at him when I'm talking to him. So I'm going to focus on the screen, but I'm actually focusing on everyone out there. Hello, how are you? Travel is going crazy everywhere, and we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about Coachella Valley and your stuff and guests that I.
Hey, you know, I had a really great time. So here's some new stuff. Things that are opening here in the Coachella Valley. Was at City Walk yesterday for the media opening. City Walk used to be on Cook Street 26 years, and they just moved to Westfield Mall, if you can believe that. Yesterday was their opening day. A couple of really cool things over there, Francoise, is now they're full bar. So before it's just beer and wine, now it's full bar over there. They have misters on the outside patio. It's incredible. Open 11. I believe it's 11 to 9, 7 days a week. So same owner and everything else. He's been doing City Walk for 31 years, 26 in the Cook Street location. Now he's at Westfield Mall. Was there yesterday. You know, it's actually the first article on CoachellaValley.com. I don't know if we have that. Maybe slide that up real quick. So there you go. Right there, City Walk expands to larger location in Westfield Palm Desert. That's my Kung Pao chicken that I had yesterday. Pretty good looking right there. It was so much energy in there. Like I said, full bar now. They've changed a lot of things. We were able to taste everything or anything we wanted, Francoise.
Yum, yum, yum. I love their food.
Isn't that just fantastic?
Yeah,
so want to invite you down to City Walk. It's not a new location, but it's a new location, but not a new place. So incredible staff. They staffed up so quickly. It was so energetic. We had an opportunity to talk with Stuart Davis in this interview. So go there, CoachellaValley.com. You can take a look at it. It's also on our YouTube page, Coachella Valley. So that's one of the things that are opening up. Also, interesting. Desert X closing May 16th. It's already over. It's going to end. So you can still download that app. If you haven't been to any of those installations, now would be the time to go because they're quite open and available.
Very popular because I go up and down Portola all the time. And there's one installation off Portola, and every time I drive by, there are people out there looking at it, and it survived the winds. I didn't know if it was going to survive some of the winds that we've had lately, but it did. So Desert X always brings something special into the Coachella Valley, whether it's controversy or not. They bring it in. Something else that's coming up, Craig, is the in-person, the Short Fest, the 27th Palm Springs International Short Fest will be in person this summer in theaters. What is it, June 22nd and 28th? So, and that usually brings in a lot of visitors for the Short Fest, and those are fun. Those are really fun to attend. So it's starting to feel like movement.
You know what? Speaking of movement, look at this. We got some. These are our comments. Look at this. Good afternoon, Laura. Traveling with Francoise, and we have a few others on there. We can put on screen whenever we like. And
I'm afraid to touch my
also
screen because I don't
take
want
them off.
to move. So Craig's over there pushing all these buttons, and I'm afraid to touch it. Yeah.
So very, very cool. So I also, something cool, of course, May 9th, Vegas flights, the Vegas Palm Springs to Vegas. Isn't that cool? Not easy to get the flights. There's not very many, but the pricing seems to be exceptional and well worth checking out. That are flights directly from PSP to Las Vegas. That's something new, obviously, out here. There you go. Way to go. Right there on Coachella Valley. One of the articles, you can read it right there, all the information about it. Really appreciate that a lot. Yeah, just keep scrolling through that. Well, actually, let's go back to the CoachellaValley.com. There's a couple other things I want to share about.
Can I bring something in there about Southwest?
Yes.
There's a survey out there about J.D. Power and customer satisfaction, and Southwest came in second this year on customer satisfaction. Behind Delta Airlines.
Unbelievable. That's surprising.
Has not been in the top 10 in over 15 years. So it was Delta Airlines, Southwest, and then who else was? Alaska came in third, JetBlue, United, American, Air Canada. So it's cool. I like Southwest. To me, it's like a taxi in a way. You know, you get in, you go. It's not a lot. I don't need a lot of plug and all that sort of stuff. Just get me there.
You know what, Francoise? We're on Traveling with Francoise. We want to say hi to the people that are watching on Traveling with Francoise. Also, today's California. We're streaming live and on Coachella Valley YouTube and on Facebook. So we got a lot of different people, different action. So stick with us. If you have any comments or questions at all, make sure you put them in the comments and we'll reply to them afterwards. And of course, if you're watching this not live, a little bit later, make sure you put those comments in there anyway, because we're going to look at them and follow up and make sure that you get the information that you need. So, you know, we're talking about a few things that are changing or opening up. Guess what's coming back? Lavender Festival. Open May 14th. That's just a couple days away. That's tomorrow. So the Lavender Festival is actually free for the first 2 weeks. Here's the challenge. Most of the lavender will not bloom until late May. So even though it's free for the first 2 weeks going in, you may not see too many lavenders. Just a little insider tip for you there. But it's right up the way there, Banning Beaumont, the Oak Glen area, Cherry Valley area, and Lavender Festival open again. Once again, you can take a look at anything we mentioned. Go to CoachellaValley.com. We have an article, pretty much everything that we're sharing here, and you can get to the information. You can get tickets because tickets are already for sale. Because after the first 2 weeks, then you have a little bit of a charge. $10 parking. Just a great event. It's going to be a bit modified, but it's open again. And so I was very excited about that. And
I bet they're selling though lavender products already. Even though the lavender might not be quite blooming, I'm sure it's still close with all the buds and stuff, that it still would be a wonderful event to go to. There still has to be probably some aroma, and they'll have lavender items to sell. So if you're not really into all the gigantic buds everywhere, go now.
Hey, Daniel, I was just wondering, do we still have our guest? Is Rebecca? Oh, there she is. Is she coming in and out? Why don't you bring her on if she's still there? There we go. Rebecca Rizzo.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. Gosh, I'm so close compared to you guys.
That's right. Kidding. Oh, there you are. That's right.
I'm jealous that you guys are in that amazing studio in Palm Desert High School. It's always beautiful. You guys look amazing. Yeah, so I made a list of some things that are going on so everybody know what's happening. I mean, I know that's the whole theme of the show is what's happening in Coachella Valley, right?
Well, and you're kind of an expert being the membership director of the, Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce right here, and also on the go with Rizzo and a few other things. I know you're an artist as well, so you keep yourself busy. So what is going on? What do you got for us?
So there's a lot. First of all, I was just watching the update from our president. If you guys did not know, you were getting ready, but there was new information that was released from the CDC that if you are vaccinated, you've completed your vaccination, you no longer have to wear a mask indoors. That's the federal information coming down the pike, which is pretty exciting. But yeah, no, there's a lot going on. We do 2 events every week. So there's always a live event and there is always a virtual event. So depending on everybody's comfort level, we have a little bit of something for you. And you can go ahead and register for those events at the gcvcc.org website. Right there, you see at the end of my name there, it's gcvcc.org. But I also wanted to make note of some things that are happening. So actually there, every Friday right now up until December in Rancho Mirage, there's actually a farmer's market taking place at the Atrium building. I want to make sure people know that. There is also an open air market in Palm Desert that takes place on Saturdays and up until, I believe, the end of May. And there's also a Palm Springs flea market and food fest that's going on Saturdays and Sundays until June. So there's a lot of stuff going on outside, but also too want to make sure that you guys are aware there's a great performance happening at the river in Rancho Mirage. It is from AMP, which is the Academy of a Musical Performance at the River. So that is actually also going to be taking place this weekend. And if you have not known already, there is live music and DJs and cool opportunities for folks to party at all of pretty much the casinos in the valley. So check that out too. And again, Desert X, it's our last weekend. If you have not gone, go.
I know. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Will Sturgeon over there at AMP, and of course Kate Spates, part of that. We've had an opportunity, great program within the schools that are really showcasing musical performances and different talents, and Will Sturgeon has been doing that with after school activities, and of course they round that up and do different performances. And in fact, they used to be at the Indian Wells Tennis Garden every year performing there, and I don't know, whenever that comes back again, it'll be a very exciting opportunity to see AMP. And so super supportive of kids, and of course we're here at Desert Sands Unified School District Palm Desert High School, and this is their film and broadcast class, and we're teaching them a little bit about streaming. Actually, we're trying to learn a little bit about streaming ourselves. If you saw our wonderful technical options as we began. Let me see if I can hit this.
There he goes with the buttons again.
Wait,
there you go. Hey, see, I just moved the layouts around. It's kind of fun. I feel like I'm not sure what happened to our Mr. Daniel, but there we are. See, we got a lot of different looks. It's kind of cool. We're doing this all via mobile phone. So for all you guys that aren't sure about, if you think we don't know what we're doing, well, we do, but we don't always know about the technology and how it's going to operate, which is why we're doing this and why we're in this particular place and space. So what else you got for us, Rebecca?
Well, I mean, really, that's what I've got. There's so much going on, like really, and I can continue talking. But the one thing I will tell you, I don't know if you got the final number, Craige, as far as the Love Local CV program and that fundraising event. Did you? But the final number, we have actually raised $125,000. It's going to be going back into the local economy. So shout out to all the churches that were a part of that fundraising event. And for those who are not aware of what we're talking about, you need to go to lovelocalcv.com and you can find out more about it. But this was cool. There was 15 different churches from across the valley that really wanted to make sure they did a fundraising event so that they can give back to the local community. Oftentimes in churches, they have different folks that are part of the congregation that need help. Maybe it's help with groceries, food, maybe it's with repairing of different things. And what the churches have done is basically worked with the chamber so we can come up with a vetted list of businesses that are locally owned and operated, under 50 employees, and can do some type of buyback program so that if the church calls them, that they can actually deal with the transaction without having to go to the person that they're actually helping in the congregation, that it'll go directly from the churches to the businesses. So that's something that was really exciting. Craige, I'm so glad you were able to jump in on that and be a part of that. Tell us sorry, you're interviewing me, but yeah, why don't you tell
No, that's okay. No, it was great. You know, last week we had Pastor Brad from Southwest actually on the show when you were with us. We did this a couple weeks ago. It was great. It was a 2-hour event. It's actually a 90-minute event. It stretched about 2 hours. And in that 2-hour period of time, their goal was $100,000. By the time we finished, $118,000 in that first 90 minutes. It was incredible. 1,100 RSVPs came out of that. So we were so excited to be a part of that. And like you said, 100% of every single dollar we raised goes to businesses here in the Coachella Valley in need. And of course, for the different people that are in need, that they can use these gift cards and spread the love around the different businesses. And the one thing that people should remember and know is that if you are a business, you can still be a part of the lovelocalcv.com all the way through the end of the year. Just go to lovelocalcv.com and you can enter your business. There's some requirements under 50 employees. It's small business oriented, but all the information is right there. So we want to continue to highlight that because that program hasn't stopped. In fact, it's just getting started. So excited. I was so happy. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, well, I'm actually in the middle, and I have to call Pastor Brad after this is over. We're in the middle of setting up a orientation for all of those Love Local businesses that are a part of it. So if you, again, like Craige said, if you want to be a part of it, you can still sign up. You can still be a part of the whole orientation celebration. It's so funny. Everybody's like, woo, woo, as you're moving it's funny. But no, but if you guys really, if you're a business and you want a little bit more visibility and you want to really kind of connect to a lot of great organizations and a lot of people that are on the list. There's over 150 businesses that are currently listed. It is free for you to be listed. So if you have a business and you're local, why not be listed? That's all I'm saying. Right?
Hey, I just want to say hi to Graham. He's on Today's California. I'm sure Graham is actually from out there from Scotland. There he is. Hi, folks. So glad that Graham is.
Did Graham call in?
Yeah, he's actually commented. So I got the comment right there. I just highlighted it. Wanted to say hi to him. So I'll take it away. There we go. Look at that right there.
Look at that.
I'm going to see what we got going on here. I'm going to put us all on screen if that works. There you go. Look at that. Hey, Rebecca, I really appreciate you joining us and taking the time. I know you're busy and a lot of exciting things. You know, we had a really good time. You invited me to the Shops on San Pablo. I didn't know what I was getting into. It was a networking event, but it ended up being, I don't know, did you have 100 people? Did you have 100 people at that event?
100. Honestly, it was probably only maybe 40.
No, that was way more than 40. Yeah. No, you don't count right. You need more fingers and digits. That was way more than 40. No, we really wanted
because we wanted to make sure that we stay within compliance, but Lori had a lot of folks.
I got you.
So we only had, I think it was 32 people that had RSVP'd. But then you had Lori's team, because Lori had a great amount of team, because for those who don't know, we actually were able to not only have lunch, but we also had a fashion show, and we also got some great information about this cool filtration system that's actually in the Shops in San Pablo. So when you're going in there, you're actually breathing clean filtered air. So we learned about that too, which was really cool. So yeah, we turned it from just a lunch into a ribbon cutting, into a protective personal equipment giveaway. So I'm glad you were able to come.
You bet. You know, just to kind of update people, the Shops on San Pablo. Of course, San Pablo is a new area in Palm Desert. It's not new, the street, but the $8.4 million project is relatively new, and they've done a lot of things in that area, really revitalizing it. And the Shops on San Pablo are a new shop there, and they had the ribbon cutting with the chamber, and that was very exciting. One of the things I thought was really neat, and Francoise, you'll think this is, I think, interesting, is outside of the shops there are wings, and those wings are dedicated to BB Angle. And so it's an opportunity for you guys to see kind of a memorial there, but also take your picture, because I think that's what it's designed for. So I thought that was really neat to see, and it was highlighted for us. So hey, Rebecca, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get back to the traveling part of our show, but I really appreciate you joining me, and hopefully we'll be able to do this in studio again soon together.
Absolutely. Thanks, Francoise. Awesome. And hats off. Chamber life rocks, doesn't it? Isn't it amazing? So yes, thanks for all you do for the business community, and I'm out. Bye, guys.
See you later. Talk to you later. Hey, look at that.
Just let her go.
I know. I know. We're not even going to come next time. We're just going to fire her up and say, what's happening in Coachella Valley? Go.
But you know what's so exciting is it's exciting to hear her enthusiasm as events are starting to come back in person. And even though we still don't even know what all the guidelines are going to be that we're going to have to follow for what we have in the future, but at least we are having them. So that's huge. I keep looking at Craige. If I'm looking over folks, I'm looking at Craige because I'm just used to looking at him. So there you go. That's what I'm looking at. Yeah. So it was fun. She's very enthusiastic, and lots of things happening all over the Coachella Valley. They're not building that arena because nothing's going on down here. We know that. Think about it, folks.
So Graham just said he's having wine before bed. I'll just show you him right here. There's his comment right there. How cool is that? So I love it. I love all the different tools.
Graham's shows doing.
I don't know, but you know, we could do them remote now. We could bring Graham in anytime on this show, and I think we should. So Graham, get yourself prepared maybe for next week with your wine, and we'll go there. Hey, it looks like there's a guest there. I'm not sure who might be in the guest room here. I'm curious.
You're so brave pushing all this.
Oh, there he is. Looks like the coach might be in there.
Coach, oh man.
I don't know. We're looking at his ceiling though.
Coach goes way back. Yeah.
I don't know. I hope we can get him on here. I'm not really sure if we can. So, you know, one of the things, Graham's still talking to us. Look at this. Show's doing well in Scotland. Thanks. Really hoping we can get out there this year, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with flights restrictions and everything else. And you know a lot about that, Francoise. What is happening in the traveling industry before we start to talk about the pageant of the Masters, which I want to do?
So many changes. I mean, but it's just going to all keep evolving as far as flights that are with only full vaccinated people. Cruise ships are opening up. In fact, it's interesting now that they are going to allow cruises leaving from U.S. ports, which that was on hold. Carnival plans 3 ships leaving U.S. ports in July. People have been waiting for this. In fact, the cruise industry was even going to sue the CDC for not allowing that, not changing all these regulations. So there are going to be ships have to be 98% vaccinated, and it's be interesting to see how they do all that. Of course, ports are opening up in most of the parts of the world, not yet in everywhere. So there's still going to be a lot of changes. One big thing I keep telling people, Craige, is if you want to book your flights and your hotels at discounted rates, you have to do it now for the future because those rates are going up. They're going to change a lot of things that they've been giving just for free. Those are going to come to a halt because travel was over 1.6 million in one day, and that's the highest number since March back into 2020 when all this started. So I keep urging everybody, if you're booking trips in the future, airline flights, hotels, resorts, Disneyland, everything, try to book it now if you know when you're going. And as far as RVing, RVers are going to be all over the United States this summer, everywhere. And it will be quite a show because a lot of these people aren't going to have any clue what they're doing. So you sit back in your campsite and just watch the new RVers come in and say, how in the heck do I put this size RV in that spot right there? It is going to be quite a show out there. But again, make your reservations for all the popular tourist attractions, the parks, all the state national parks. You're going to have to reserve online. Much as like many of the things here, the tramway, the Living Desert, all these tourist attractions, you're going to have to reserve your tickets online. So that is huge. I want to mention also that Julian, you know, Borrego Springs was the 2nd designated dark sky community in the world. Now there's probably about 10 of them. In California, Borrego Springs was the only dark sky community, but Julian, famous for their pies, has just been awarded, after doing everything that goes along with it, the designation as an official dark sky community.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to them.
So that really means you have to change light post, lamp post, all kinds of different rules to be able to make that sky dark, I guess, at night, so that the light pollution doesn't encroach or inhibit. I guess it might a little bit, but they reduce it to almost zero out there.
And the lighting has to be specific to an area instead of these broad lights that light everything. They have to switch it out to where it focuses on items and it's always down, facing down. So it is quite a job. The whole entire community has to be part of this. When a community goes dark sky, everyone, homeowners, everyone has to be involved. So, but congrats to Julie. They've been working on this for a year and a half.
I love it. Tell me about the pageant of the Masters. Now, the pageant of the Masters, I'm going to have you talk because this is something that you brought me into. But we're going to do it this year in Laguna Beach. It's back.
You know why I'm laughing is because Craige went last year and did not believe what he was seeing. I kept telling him, no, Craige, those are people. He said, no, they're not Francoise. No, there's only one or two.
That was only two.
I'm going to prove him wrong this year.
Only two, and the actual official program said there was only two. So, but that's why I'm going back. I'm going to go with an investigative eye. There it is. Look at that.
Yes,
thank you so much.
Behind the scenes pageant of the Masters. I did my television shows. Cameron, Steve, and I got to go behind the scenes. So
go ahead and slide back down real quick, Daniel. Go to the top. No, go to the top real quick.
There's the stage.
Yeah, go to the top. So here they are being made up, and the idea behind the pageant of the Masters. I brought this up on Q102.3 this morning. And Rich asked me, well, what is it? What is the Masters? Tell them what the Masters are really all about.
These are taking works of art, masterpieces, and incorporating people into that. And they didn't do this for the longest. I mean, they've had the people in for the longest time, but for years and years and years, they never showed you how they do it. They never showed the people stepping into these great works of art that are on a stage, and it's set with music, and there's some live people, animals sometimes. There's up in the mountains, you'll see things, and it's not just the stage, it's an all-around experience. But now there are certain pictures that they will actually put a blue light or black light on where you can see the people going onto the stage, stepping into the picture, and what's so incredible, it's all about the lighting, Craige, because I saw all the lighting around each frame, and they will have makeup that lasts an hour and a half to get ready for 90 seconds of being on the stage. And it's all volunteers. They volunteer year after year. They have kids doing it now. It's really fascinating. It makes you want to gasp when you see it. There's people in there. I mean, it really is something.
So tickets are already on sale May 3rd, and it starts on July 7th through September 3rd. And of course, we're going to go on the 7th. We're going to go on that first day, get a first glance and look. And we're going to be looking really close to make sure that those people are being.
A lot of people take binoculars.
I know they do. I saw it.
On the grounds of the pageant of the Masters is a big art festival with entertainment and all these artists from all over. In fact, a lot of the artists, not a lot, but there are several that are here at the art festivals in the Coachella Valley. That is a very esteemed event, the Laguna, the art festival over there, pageant of the Masters. So not only are you seeing the pageant, but you get to go through the grounds and see all the artwork and have food and entertainment, and then you go in around 8 o'clock or so when it gets dark into the theater there, which is an outdoor amphitheater with beautiful comfortable seats, and then watch the show.
So hey Daniel, I just want to know, is all our volume working fine? Let us know, guys, if you can hear us and everything is going good. Come on back on screen for a quick second.
Oh yeah, you're coming in loud and clear, everybody.
I like it. Oh, that's fantastic. Hey, well,
and we do have the coach back in. I believe his connection is now nice and stable. We were having a little issues on him. Yep, the coach is here. No, bring him in. Let's bring him in.
Bring him in. Let's do it while he's here.
He is.
What's up?
The man, the myth, the legend.
There he is.
The coach.
Is that the incredible Francoise Rhodes there, the superstar of radio and television in the Coachella Valley?
Don't get Craige jealous over here. Craige, do you know that it's because of that man right there that I started a radio career, because of the coach.
Unbelievable. Congratulations, Coach. I'm so glad that you pulled her into the scheme, and she can't get back out.
Look, that'll be on my gravestone, Started Francoise Rhodes on her radio and television career.
No, I'm kind of good.
I knew she was she's talented. I mean, she's unbelievable, and she's one of the few people that's figured out how to make a living in this business out here. So,
Rich, I'm kind of concerned. I see you strapped into your car there. Now,
I'm in my car. I was at a restaurant trying to connect with you over here.
Yeah,
I was in Panera in La Quinta, and I kept getting the darkness. So I said, finally, let's go. And so we got in the car and you popped up. So I'm glad that you popped up.
I like it. I think you being strapped in is a good look for you there.
That's probably a good
Rich.
thing.
Slow you down a bit. I'm so excited about your Q102.3 gig.
Classic rock.
I'm loving it. 6 to 9 every single morning, Monday through Friday. And also, we talked about it. You had me on your show this morning. It was a lot of fun. And we talked about all the different things you're doing, not only remotely, but you're doing a lot of the advertising, a lot of the sound. I'm really enjoying it. You got a couple of different, different sounds that you actually put out there. But if you listen real tight, you always know it's the coach.
Isn't that nice of you to say there, brother? Well, I'm lucky. I have 7 hometowns, okay? And I've lived all over. Yeah, I got 7 hometowns. So I got.
Does that mean because you moved around a lot? Is that what that means?
That's right. I got my New Jersey hometown voice over here, and I got my Boston hometown voice over there. And I got a few other ones. I lived in Mississippi free. I can go y'all with you if I have to. But don't you love being out here this time of year, Francoise? Isn't this heaven out here?
Okay, I have to tell you what I'm thinking this whole time you're talking. Not only do you have all those radio voices, but you have the A&A starter's voice. And I don't know if you saw during the A&A, they gave you these huge props over and over, Coach. I mean, I was so happy for you. They were talking about your career and how long you've been doing that and just what a great job. He's the only one that Craige teases me because I try to pronounce everyone's name correctly. You nail every single one. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody called me and asked me if I was dating Judy. The announcer.
Oh, you forgot her name now.
Judy. What is it?
Rankin?
Huh? Judy Rankin. Yeah. Somebody said, "Are you dating Judy Rankin?" I said, "No, I don't think so." Why? She goes, "Well, they just she sounds like she wants to date you. She was very happy about you, and I'm very happy about that." That's 22 years at that birthday.
You deserve it.
You're gonna have to remember her last name. I think if that's gonna work out. Just FYI.
That's okay. Hey, listen, Craig Michaels, don't give me a hard time about.
Oh yeah, there we go. No, he did that one time on the radio. I don't know.
Look, you are amazing. This
it's not the first time.
Your website is amazing. I told you this morning, and I say to my friends in the Coachella Valley and really around California and around the country, the CoachellaValley.com should be your morning paper. When you wake up in the morning and you get your coffee, you forget about that other thing that winds up on the bottom of the bird cage or underneath the dog later in the day. Your morning newspaper? Yeah. Your morning paper should be CoachellaValley.com. That's where you get all you need. That's where I get all I need as I prepare for my show, and it really is a great blessing to this community.
Well, I appreciate that very much, and I appreciate you coming on and taking a little time and peeling away from your food. And
you have the air on. You have the air on in the car, don't you?
What do you get in Panera? What's the only thing to get? Grilled cheese and tomato soup. Are you kidding me? Like Mama used to make. Comfort food. What can I tell you?
I like Panera. There's a time and a space for Panera. I agree with you. And you're so nice to come out and join us. I wanted to have you see Francoise and Francoise.
Look, I love both of you. And, Francoise and I go so far back. She was there for my first heart attack. Okay. So
I remember the tournament we had a tournament. It was incredible, Craig. We just at the last minute, thanks to Judy Bossler and her team, we put on this amazing tournament for coaches. It was
unbelievable. Yeah, it was unbelievable. Yeah. I'm blessed to have both of you in my life. So God bless you guys. My car's starting to overheat, and I'll talk to you later. You're the best.
All right,
thanks,
talk
Craig.
to you later, Rich. 102 today. Yeah, you might want to get out of your car at some point.
See you, Frenchie.
Oh, that's just fantastic. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Be able to bring him in from his car strapped in. Good thing he's wearing a seatbelt. I do like to see that. I don't think the car was moving though, Francoise.
I don't think so. You know what? I'll tell you the story really quick. I'll make it really quick. When I first met Coach, it was at one of the Frank Sinatra Celebrity Invitationals. And I was there as a writer for Desert Golf Magazine. I was really new in the Valley. I didn't know a lot of people. And I was just standing at the bar waiting to get a drink. And here comes this guy, really loud. Coach is so loud and the personality and all this stuff. And he walks up there and I had a cranberry. I don't know what I had. But anyway, he says, "Hi, I'm the coach, Gilgallon." And I went, "Oh my God." He looked at me and said, "You don't know who I am?" And I said, No, I don't. And well, that was it. After he knew that I didn't know who he was going to make it a point. He invited me to the radio station also, and ever since then.
No, I mean, he's hard not to love and like. Been around with him. My kids grew up with his kids, and so we've just had a amazing experience. And as we've moved on and continue to move on, it's just so good to see him back on the radio. I absolutely love it. And like I said, he's doing some remotes out there at I think at either Agua and Fantasy in different locations, and it's always good. You always recognize his voice, and we always know who he is. So I think that's great. Hey, Daniel, I was thinking we have a photo of the day, a couple of them. I thought we'd put them up if we can find them in our media library there.
Your photos on Coachella Valley, the Coachella Valley page, your website, Today's California. I don't know. Your photos are so amazing, Craig. It's just really something.
Look at this. So beautiful hummingbird. Isn't that just fantastic?
Yeah.
These are, of course, sent in, and people have an opportunity to do that all the time. You can DM us. You can all kinds of ways to provide us with information. We get so many different contributions, but they're just fantastic. Do we have a video also? Oh, look at this. So this is my friend Sylvia Ender in Rancho Mirage, and this little bunny is on a hedge. It's literally jumped up off the grass onto the hedge. I don't think it really knows that she can see him or her through the window. But isn't that just the cutest thing in the world? And of course, a lot of bunnies this time of year as they're being born all over the place. But that's just the cutest thing in the world. I think that's got about 400 likes on Coachella Valley already. We just posted it, I think, yesterday. So much fun. There you go. There you go. I always knew that you were padding our numbers. I really appreciate that.
Every time I saw it, I go to different places, and there's that photo for you. And I go to your different sites and pages and all that, and there's that photo. So every time I go somewhere, I love it.
You guys can find us on Instagram, Coachella Valley, YouTube, Coachella Valley. In fact, we're streaming this live on YouTube right now. You can also find us on Facebook, Coachella Valley, and of course, CoachellaValley.com. And you can find my co-host, Francoise, at Traveling with Francoise, and of course, her own page, Francoise Rhodes. So much information out there. We're trying to bring it to you. Also, a little banter, a little bit of fun. Bringing in our friends, Rebecca. Really appreciate that, and seeing Rich. And I'm so appreciative of Daniel. Daniel Perry, who is doing the engineering with us, is really done this so quickly. I mean, I think I introduced him to this software just a couple weeks ago, and he's just done a phenomenal job of getting us moving around here, the logos, getting people in, getting us set up, which was not all that easy for us, as we're doing both Bluetooth in our ear, and we've got Wi-Fi here, and other people remotely, and we're doing all that using mobile phones.
He was very calm too. His great head of hair. You notice that? We're talking about.
I didn't really pay attention to his hair.
But he's really. And now Daniel won't put his picture on.
I know he's not coming back on and joining us.
He's
I'm not
very
sure.
I thank you. That's much appreciated.
Here, let's look at the hair. I'm going to move you into the middle.
And everything breaks
hold on.
down. Yeah, there's the hair. Look at that hair. It's awesome. But yeah, it's when you're doing this stuff, people need a calming influence, because I'm not as tech savvy as you or Craige by any means. So if you're telling me push the button, my hands start to sweat because I go, what button do they want me to push? So it's nice when you're back there and you're going, it's okay, we'll get it.
Well, he's been so nice to me.
Yeah.
He's been so nice to me, Francoise. I mean, he and I really have worked remotely on the phone today, yesterday, and of course he's got other jobs that are actually paying him. And so right now he's just, giving to the film and broadcast class, Mr. Martin's class. A shout out to the teacher here. He was here Tuesday looking at some different things. And this is a really neat studio. Got a lot of things going on and a lot of students involved. And we thought we'd introduce this idea of live streaming a little bit. And so I think that's just so cool. And Dan, what else do we have there? Do we have a video, any video of the week or anything? Did I give you something like that? I'm not really
we do have that video of the week. And just forewarning everybody, we might go silent for a few seconds, but it is quite the video to enjoy. So hang tight and enjoy. All right.
So if you guys can see this, I unmuted myself. Of course, this is the Pacific Park, I believe, at La Quinta. And of course, the little duckies. Not only do we have bunnies, but all kinds of duckies And thank you so much. That was pretty cool, pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Quick, cute, to the point. Shows us what still goes on in this community. We have a wonderful nature scene, as desert hot as it gets.
That's true. I mean, it's already warming up. 102 degrees today, and we're in May. If you guys remember last year, hottest summer on record in the Coachella Valley.
They say that every year.
That
on
was
average.
yeah, but that was the hottest day. I think
it was
we
just
had so
consistently just hot.
It was hot. I mean, it was really just warm.
So there was no record-breaking temperatures, but definitely there were temperatures that were up there. Like, what was it? I think it was 2015. We had a summer where at a certain location in La Quinta, it clocked 130 degrees. But that was
that's true.
So it gets we get quite toasty out here. It was so hot you could literally fry an egg on the sidewalk. I watched my friends do it on Snapchat.
Well, let me tell you, I actually did a live. It's a false thing. You can't do it on the sidewalk. I did try it. In fact, it was
so they cheated.
It was 115 degrees out, and we tried to do it in all kinds of ways. So let me tell you how we got away with it. We pre-cooked it in a frying pan, got the frying pan hot.
There you go.
And then we stuck it outside. And so, of course, the thing cooked, and then we got on it, and we're like, oh, look at this thing. It's frying. It's amazing. And so it was a lot of fun. But I've never been able to actually pull it off. So I'd like to see that if it actually does work.
But you guys know what happened. So with all our new residents that come to the Coachella Valley, and this cracks me up. Every year it happens. So this year it's going to happen more so than ever. People come to the Coachella Valley when the weather is spectacular. Instantly, they buy a home. They want to move down here. And everybody's telling them, the summer's the summer. It's hot in the day. We just are used to it. We don't think too much about it. And then the summer hits, and all these newbies are just beside themselves.
They don't realize it's actually 4.5 to 5 months long. It's not 3 months. It's a good May 15th, maybe October 15th, where you can literally have triple-digit temperatures. It's not bad until you get into that 1, 12, 13, and 14. And when the humidity rolls in here in August or late July, not good. Got to have a pool. But the pool ends up being warmer than you are. In fact, I've heard my pool when I dove into it the other day, not the other day, but last year, it, I think, went, because my body temperature was cooler than my water in my pool.
Well, we tell them all, you'll be okay. At the first one, once you can buy that's what we all say. Once you can buy the first one, it's fine. Yeah, never really is fun.
So what else we got going on? Anything else that we might have missed along the way that we need to bring up? I will tell you, we do have a couple of things that I'd like to bring your attention to. So Saturday, is it going to be on Saturday? Saturday at the NYPD, and that is the pizza and restaurant downtown Palm Springs. There it is. Look at that. The Dodgers watch party. This is the Dodger Nation of Palm Springs fan club run by Tiger Rocco. And they're going to be there, and they're going to have the screens on, and it's going to be specifically for the Dodger group there. And you can see his pup down there. That is the Great Bambino. And he comes out. There'll also be Dodger gear and all kinds of things available. So join me out there 6 o'clock tomorrow night at the Desert Fox. There's a couple of bands that are playing starting at 9 o'clock. Look at that. I tell you. So Danny Gutierrez and what's it say down there? I can't really. Oh, Soul Seduction, I believe. So Desert Fox, that is right off of San Pablo. Remember we mentioned the shops on San Pablo? So open till 2 o'clock. Every single night. So that's an interesting.
Craige over there?
Yes, I'm going to be doing the live there. They're actually having me come in and do a live at that location as well. And since I'm pitching all this stuff, on the 21st, DBC, Desert Beer Company, has got an acoustic night. What I like about the Desert Beer Company is there's only 4 breweries here in the Coachella Valley. We got Babes, we got Coachella Valley Brewery, we've got La Quinta Brewery, and then Desert Beer Company. Now, let me tell you about them. They started in July of 2019. They were only open 7 months before the pandemic hit, but they got 21 craft beers. They're going to be brewing a beer starting Monday. I got word, and I might be heading on over there and showing you a little bit of that. But come on out on Friday. I'm going to definitely be there filming live, picking you guys up. Of course, anybody that wants to talk can. I'll be showing the live music, showing you the activities, the environment. It will be busy and very, very packed. And in fact, Joshua Kunkel, who passed away on May 1st, we did a fundraiser there at Desert Beer Company. But we're going to continue. That is what is going to happen on Monday. There's going to be a special beer brewed in his honor. So they're actually going to be making it starting on Monday. So the following Friday, there will be that music, and that's on the 21st. I hope you guys come out and join us because we'll continue to highlight the GoFundMe page there for Joshua, being a very, very good friend of Devin Sanchez there, the proprietor and the brewer over there at DBC. So that's also happening here in the Coachella Valley. So a lot of different things. It just doesn't seem to stop. A lot of things are coming indoors now, and just perfect timing because it is getting a little bit warmer. So
more and more and more as we progress through all this. You're going to need about 5 of you, Craige, to get all these places.
I need 5 of me already. I could use 4 of them just to help me. Feed me, maybe do my laundry, maybe do a few other things. That'd be great.
But that's a positive. That's what we're all waiting for.
That's
so
right.
Let's go for it.
I'm in. I'm in. You know, we're looking at yellow tier, even though it's maybe a mute point, because June 15th, our tier system here in California is going away. Of course, the mask mandate is changing. A little confusing. Supposedly not, you know, he said the mask mandate was going to disappear with Governor Newsom, but then he put some caveats on it. That if it's a big event outside, not so much. If they're foreigners that are coming from other countries in that type of event, more than likely masks will be required. They even mentioned masks still indoors, depending on, you know, for workers. Even though CDC is saying things about the vaccine, especially working outdoors, it's kind of a mixed message. But of course, a lot of it is political out here. But things in California in general, looking good. Hospitalizations down, death rates down, Riverside County dropping precipitously, and that's really good for us here. We're very happy about that. So about 27% or 30%, I think, are fully vaccinated in Riverside County. 50% or more, I think, have actually had 1 shot of the 2 necessary. So there you go. That's a little bit of statistics here in our part of the world. So tell me more about travel news.
No, I just wanted to give you a heads up when you're talking about the masks, that right now the FAA, they're going to be fining people that misbehave on flights. You know, when the jets are in the air and when cruise ships are out in the ocean, they have their own laws. And they can frankly do what they want up there and out in the ocean. But they are going to be fining people that are misbehaving, passengers that are misbehaving on flights, whether they don't want to wear the masks if they're required, or they're being rude to the captains, the attendants, anyone out there, the flight attendants. So I want to give you a heads up that where they didn't do things for a long time, they kind of let a lot of this slide unless there were really, really bad incidences. Now, when you are flying, if you see people that are causing trouble, be prepared that things are going to happen and fines are going to be levied. And
I heard they're pretty big. I don't know what the number was, but it was ridiculous.
Giving dollar amounts.
I thought I actually saw, honestly, one of the fines was like $32,500. So there's some severity depending on what exactly it is that's going on that airplane.
Well, think about it. If an airplane has to turn around, get off its course, go land where it wasn't scheduled to land, they have to feed.
That's a lot of jet fuel.
Pay to land there, the jet fuel, everything that's involved in that. It's not just landing and getting this person off the jet. There's so much. People are going to miss their flights because of the landing. So yeah, it's a big, big deal. So if you're in a bad mood and you don't want to fly, I suggest wait until you're in a better mood so you don't get yourself in trouble up there.
Well, there you go. So what else is going on? Give us a little travel news before we got to go.
That's really it about right now. I don't like to say too far in advance because again, it'll all be changing. Of course, tour companies are starting to book tours. I'm starting to see buses out there. And everybody has different rules on how they're doing it. So it's up to you as a traveler to go to their website, make a phone call, do whatever you need to do to find out the information beforehand so you don't get to somewhere and you are disappointed because you can't see it, go in or whatever, or you don't have the right IDs. So right now it's not the free-for-all world that it was before. Just get up, go, and it all happens. You have to do your homework so you are not disappointed. so everyone has a good time.
You know, it's interesting. A lot of times we think a lot of businesses disappeared during COVID time, and it's true. So many of them impacted. But then you got something like the Boozer Hound, which is downtown Palm Springs, pet friendly, a restaurant and bar, and opened up just a few weeks ago. It's just great. I mean, you're seeing some of these facilities that maybe went out of business being repurposed and reutilized. And in fact, City Walk was right there where Bobby Mayo's was, across from Stuffed Pizza there at the Westfield Mall. And of course, they repurposed that exact square footage. It's really beautiful the way Stuart Davis, the owner there of City Walk, reconfigured that space. But it's really incredible. It's repurposed, got a huge outdoor patio. I'm just saying it because it's really neat to see these entrepreneurs stepping up. It took 10 months to open that up. So we know where we were 10 months ago. So quite a risk to think, well, things could be back open at this particular point in time. So good to do Media Day yesterday, be in there and just see all the workers. Very, very exciting. I mean, just so many things. I get excited about anything that's opening up and anything that's new.
Yeah, it's great out there. And it's fun to see that businesses that might have wanted to change things, but they were so busy, they didn't have the time to change things. They took this time, a lot of them, and did change it up and go in a different direction of what they originally wanted to do and didn't do. So yeah, we're going to see a lot of rebirths out there, a lot of new businesses, and of course, so many of our favorites. And then some that just said, yeah, that's it, we're ready, we're done. And you have to respect them. That's what they want to do.
It's very, very cool. So Desert Sands Unified School District does a classroom conversations show twice a week, live, Tuesdays and Thursdays on this Coachella Valley channel. However, rescheduled for tomorrow just for special guests and special situation. 9 o'clock tomorrow, we're going live again. I won't be there, but of course, Sean Webb of the Desert Sands Educational Foundation, Desert Sands Unified School District. A lot of tongue twisters.
I know.
Got to keep them all in my mind. But that's also happening live. So one of my things that we're trying to do and push forward on Coachella Valley is all these live shows, and that's very exciting. I'm going to tell you something that's really I'm thrilled about, and I'm going to announce it right here. I got Patrick Evans, The Kitchen. It's called The Kitchen Show with Patrick Evans. And he's done 55 episours already, Francoise, but he's coming to Coachella Valley. He's going to be an hour show. He's going to be right here, and of course on his own page. We're going to be able to stream it in different locations. But I'm going to go over, and we're going to add some extra cameras and maybe do a few things. He did crab cakes just the other day. Oh my gosh.
You do get to taste them.
Well, yes. I'm just going to have to say yes.
You have to
that will probably be my part of the show, right? I'll just be the one that at the end, I'll be like, okay, let's bring it to Craige, and then I'll come on and eat it, and that would be my part. So
Patrick has loved to cook for as long as I have known him. Been a long time in the TV industry, and he had the sausage.
Still does. Fabio's. That's his dad's name.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there are restaurants throughout the Coachella Valley. That's his passion. He loves it.
He's truly Italian, and you know,
and he sings when he cooks and all this stuff.
That's right.
Great show. What time is that show again?
So that is going to be a 5 to 5:30 show. Of course, when we're live and setting stuff up for food and all the things that we got to do there. And our first run through, it could be a little bit later, but we're shooting for that 5 to 5:30 hour, and you can watch it. It's going to be on Thursdays, every Thursday. So we're going to do a few of them and see how we do. But this will be, he'll already put in one. I think he did one yesterday, and he'll do one more before we actually come on. So be like almost his 60th episode, if you can believe it.
So when is this? It doesn't start today's Thursday. It doesn't start tonight. Starts next Thursday.
Next Thursday I'll do a trial run with him. So kind of do some technology behind the scenes, but it'll still be on Patrick's page. And then the following Thursday, the 27th, will be our first the kitchen show with Patrick Evans. I'm so very, very excited. So
congrats.
I know, it's very neat. So we're really looking for to do more shows and more things, of course, because we have this live streaming platform. So many of you guys have told us that you want to see more and be more informed Not that they don't just like us, Francoise.
Oh, but
it's
there's
just
so many people out there.
I know. That's the
have fun
point.
and enjoy.
Right.
You know, Craige and I are all about everyone out there, not us, but about you out there enjoying all the things that you see. And he's done such an amazing job getting this content out there. You have no idea how much work all that is. It's a lot of work. I'm kind of sloughing off lately. You know, I don't know what I am. I'm in a phase right now where I'm just sloughing off a little bit. I'm trying to figure out my own direction. As I told everyone, I love the travel and want to still go with the travel, but I'm still, I don't know, Craige. I'm in one of those phases where I'm looking at just
everything. I mean, I think it's a time of self-reflection when you go through COVID, and if you're event-based like we are, and all of that revenue disappeared, and people aren't really sure where they're at, even though they're coming back now. Of course, it's given us in that 16-month time period to reflect on, is this what we want to be doing? Is this the way we want to be doing it? We work real hard to just continue to push the technology and the streaming. That's what I've done because I wanted to come back even more powerful with 5G. I think that self-broadcasting and things that we're doing here are just going to increase. And we want to be at the forefront, bringing CoachellaValley.com and Today's California, our other brand out there, and along with Traveling with Francoise, so that more people can see it live. Of course, it brings a little bit of risk, but we like the authenticity. I do.
It makes me smile.
Me too, though. It's always like a hard pound. It's like, I don't know. Is the microphone working? Does anyone hear me? Can they see me? Am I green, or am I looking okay there? So
Craige has pushed me, and I love it, to do my live travel from Borrego Springs. And those that have bared with me on this, because in my mind I think perfect location. Then I get out there and find out that the signal is not strong enough for the live video. I have many trials and tribulations with it, the live from Borrego Springs, but they're entertaining. Who knows what's going to happen? And I hear Craige's voice in my head, keep going, Francoise, don't stop, keep going. So I'm going to keep messing around with that and figure it out. But it is funny because we just assume, because we have a signal on our phone, oh, this will be no problem. Yeah, well, these live shows like this take a lot of power.
That's true, but we just don't have to do any post-production. Once it's there, it's there. We really can't change it. So I do like that. And one more announcement. Just got a email just an hour before coming on the show. Palm Desert High School is doing their graduation. I think they're doing a El Paseo drive to do their graduation on some level, I think. Invited me. I haven't got the full okay to stream it live for them.
Wow.
So that will be a lot of fun. We've been doing that already on the sideline and bringing in a lot of different things, opening of schools and things that we've been doing with Desert Sands. And I think they're just kicking me a bone, and we might be able to stream a high school graduation 2021 right here off of Coachella Valley. And that would be thrilling too. So
that would be thrilling. It'd be fun for the students. Just fun for
Hey, shout out to every school. You should contact us because we're willing to come and do that. And I think it's just a great opportunity because a lot of the schools, they're talking to a smaller subset, right? Teachers, students, or relatives and things. And we just have a little broader, audience to bring in other people to maybe see things, especially around the world, that could be really inspiring and motivating. And I think it is. We did some of the sunrise services because they always do senior sunrise services. It's kind of usually a going back to school thing that's very motivating and exciting. Well, of course, those were canceled because of COVID, but we were able later to do our own rendition of it. The kids came in the parking lot and separated, and we still did 2 senior sunrise services honoring the seniors, and we're right there filming it and had a chance to interview some of those kids, and was inspiring to me. To just see these seniors continue to push forward, be involved in activities, even though it wasn't that easy to do. But when you're out there with them, either in the stadium or now in the sporting arena, or if you're dance or all those things that they're doing, they are so motivating because they just haven't skipped a beat. Those that are engaged and involved, those students remain engaged and involved, just like this film and broadcasting class has continued with a small group of people in a hybrid teaching environment. They come here and they spend their time after class is over and produce their own Aztec TV show as well. So we want, at some point, Francoise, to bring in a couple students and let them join us here up on studio stage. They've done it themselves, but to do it on our platform, wouldn't that be fun?
You know, we got donuts, and they left with the donuts. I can't believe that there was donuts,
and they just took it. We lost all the kids. It's just you and me left now.
I'm gonna have to go find the gal with the donuts. All right.
Well, you know what? We've been talking for 1 hour, so I think this might be a good time to take a break and strap ourselves in like Rich.
Yeah.
It was so good to see him, and we're so thankful once again for Mr. Martin allowing us to come on in here. He's spending a little bit of extra time as we're here utilizing his amazing studio. Of course, a couple of the students helped us get set up, make sure the cameras are cool, the lighting's right, our sound, our Wi-Fi, and everything else. So, you know, it'd be sometime we need to turn this around and show everybody what this studio really looks like. I think that would be fun at some point. Yeah. So, Craige Campbell for CoachellaValley.com, and I am with
Francoise Rhodes, traveling with Francoise.
So we'll see you until next time. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.